The Summer I Turned Pretty has officially wrapped its season 3, and wow, what a finale it turned out to be. The only thing is, based on the books, we know there are still many stories waiting to be told. In other words, this might be far from over. So, let's talk about it. First things first, if you've always believed that first love matters, that Belly would end up with the first boy she ever slow danced with and cried over, then the finale was everything. But if you're Team Jeremiah, this one might sting a little, because Belly finally chose Conrad Fisher. Let me backtrack a bit. In Paris, Conrad showed up on Belly's doorstep, hoping to reconnect while she and Benito pulled up on their little red moped. At first, she wasn't thrilled to see him, but she still agreed to spend the day with him before his train to Brussels. From there, we followed them as Belly played tour guide, even dragging him all the way to Versailles. At one point, Conrad told her he wanted to see Paris through her eyes, and Belly knew just the right place to take him. That rooftop moment where they finally opened up to each other after more than a year apart was so emotional. Belly admitted that Paris helped her find herself, and Conrad, rather than being bitter, encouraged her. Later, when she got ready for her birthday dinner in a little black dress and asked Conrad to help with her jewelry, it was such a soft, intimate moment, the kind of thing Jenny Han does so well. The dinner scene, however, was tense in the best way. Benito gave Belly a photo of her tangled in bed sheets, which rattled Conrad, and then her friends started grilling him about his role in the downfall of Belly and Jeremiah's relationship. But it was also the moment we learned Belly had turned down Benito's offer to go to Mexico and broken up with him. That opened the door wide for her and Conrad to find their way back to each other. Those Paris moments gave us some of the most beautiful callbacks. Belly wore Conrad's jacket. They strolled along the Seine. They danced under the moonlight by the river. The last time they danced, at prom, it ended in heartbreak. But this time it felt healing. Belly admitted that Conrad's letters over the past year had helped keep her grounded, but she still questioned if their love was real or just tied up with Susanna. That's when Conrad gave us one of the most powerful lines of the series: "I have tried everything not to love you. The way that I feel about you has nothing to do with my mom. If I met you for the first time tonight, I would still love you. I don't know about you, but it completely broke me." Still, Belly hesitated. She wished she could be as sure as him. And when he finally whispered, "Happy birthday, Belly," and left for his train, it felt like heartbreak all over again. But then came the moment that had every Conrad fan screaming. Belly showed up at the station at 5 a.m., wearing the infinity necklace he'd given her years ago, and told him, "I choose you." Finally, after 3 seasons of heartbreak and near misses, they were together. And when they walked into the cousins' beach house hand in hand, it was the ending we'd all been waiting for. Jenny Han filled the finale with callbacks and little gifts for us fans who've been dissecting every scene from the beginning. The cherries in Belly's Paris apartment. Her return to cousins. The way she looked back at her younger self and realized how much she'd grown. And then the Christmas picture book epilogue. It wasn't the wedding some of us dreamed of, but it was beautiful in its quiet way. Seeing Belly and Conrad spend Christmas together in Paris felt like the sweetest reward, a reminder that their love wasn't just for one summer. It would last through every season. Through it all, Jeremiah wasn't turned into a villain. I know many fans hate him, but let's admit it, his heartbreak was real, his vulnerability raw, and Jenny gave him the redemption he deserved. Of course, there are still things we'll wonder about, like the fact that we never got to see everyone find out Jeremiah cheated on Belly. Stephen, who's always been the protective older brother, never got to react to it or apologize to Conrad for how harsh he was. That confrontation never came, and maybe it's something we'll always wonder about. Still, the finale stayed true to the books while surprising those who thought they knew exactly how it would end. Jenny Han gave us intimate details paired with the perfect Taylor Swift tracks, making it feel like a story we'll never forget. Now, the hard part, this really is the end. Jenny Han has made it clear that there won't be a season 4, simply because there's no more source material left to adapt. 3 books, 3 seasons. It feels right to me, she said. In another interview, she explained, "Doing what I think is best for the story has always been my North Star, and this story fit perfectly into 3 seasons." Prime Video respected that decision, which is rare when something is so successful. Honestly, I think that makes it even more special. Not many creators get to end their stories on their own terms, but Han did, and she gave us an ending that felt right. That said, she hasn't completely closed the door. She told the LA Times, "I'm definitely open to doing more stories in this universe. I just want to figure out a story that I feel so compelled to tell, I'd be willing to spend years throwing my whole self into it." So, while season 4 isn't happening, who knows, we might still return to Cousins one day. Maybe through a prequel. Maybe a spin-off. As Han teased, maybe we'll meet once again in Cousins. Personally, I'm dying to see the wedding of Belly and Conrad, and how their relationship with Jeremiah evolves as they become a true family. A movie special would be the perfect way to explore that, instead of a full season. But we'll see. For more weekly updates on the summer I turned pretty, make sure to like and follow.